Welcome in, Tauruses, to your November monthly tarot reading. So we're connecting in. This applies to any Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus Taurus. Or you may also be a cross-watcher. You may ask what a cross-watcher is. And it's basically if you're watching because you are connected to a Taurus and are just wanting to get some information about them. So we are in December. And now I can't even remember. Did I say December initially? Oh my gosh, there's too much going on lately. Yeah, December. So we are wrapping up 2024. It is the last month of the year. It is the last month of the year, so let's see what's going on for you guys. We had the big event, one of the biggest events of the year, if not. I've talked about it ad nauseum, but Pluto did move into Aquarius November 19th. So this is the first full month in the new Aquarian energy. You've probably heard the term the age of Aquarius. So we are now in the age of Aquarius. It's definitely going to feel a lot better than when Pluto was in Capricorn. Pluto and Aquarius just are more compatible, if you will, and they get along better. They have similar kind of their motivations, their values, kind of their purpose mesh better together. Aquarius is very high level and is also very innovative and kind of expansive. So, and Pluto's also looking at, hey, what's not working? How do we change things? What's for the highest and best good of everyone? And that's kind of similar to Aquarian. But Pluto is definitely about that whole death and rebirth process and kind of changes. But, the root of change, when we think of the death card or Scorpio or Pluto, it's like comes from a place of really looking at what's in the best and highest good of all of the situation, of the people, of the individual, whatever that is. And it's kind of like once something runs its course, Pluto is one coming in to say, okay, it's time to transform, right? It's time to shift now out of this into the new. And Capricorn, on the other hand, which it was in, is definitely likes the structures. It likes the tradition. It likes things to be organized, but to a fault where it tends to. Capricorn doesn't necessarily like change. It kind of sees change as just changing out of the comfortability and the security of what it knows and of the structures it put in place. And it kind of says, hey, I'm putting these structures in place to help maintain security, to help maintain the status quo, because it provides people with stability and comfort and knowingness, right? We know what to expect, but that isn't necessarily for our greatest and highest good all the time, right? So you'll be feeling that, I guess, flow more. Also, you might want to take a look at your other signs. One of them can, resonate more for that time period. If you don't know what your rising, moon, or Venus sign is, you can actually go online and just search like free birth chart, and you can find a ton of different sites where you can enter in all your information, and it will give you kind of all that. Just make sure you will need to get the most accurate data. You do need your time of birth and your location of birth. Because, you know, some of those kind of attributes and like planets are shifting, you know, potentially within the hour. So again, if you're an hour off, you know, you may not get the actual true sign. So, and then just quick before we start, as usual, if you're interested in a private reading, I'm still doing those. So you can schedule one in the description below. If you have any questions, there's kind of an area in my website where you can message me. Other than that as well, just since we're in the holidays, and a really awesome gift is kind of these crystal jewelry or bracelets. I do make handmade bracelets, and they're out on my Etsy shop. So go take a look out there. If you know crystals, then you know crystals and you know how amazing they are. If you're new to crystals, all stones have different metaphysical properties. Everything in this reality is made of energy and emits energy, and especially with crystals, they all have different kind of energetic properties, and really they do provide different things for us. They can provide physical support for like actual like illness or physical things that you're going through, emotional, you know, mental, just anything. If you need help with communication, there's certain stones that are really good for that. Or if you're working on like inner child work, there's stones that will help you with that process as well. So there's so much about them. So take a look at what I have out there. If you don't see a certain stone you're looking for, just message me through Etsy and I can let you know if I have anything in that stone. I don't have everything, but I do have more than what's on the site. So, all right, let's get going, Taurus. What's going on for you? We had the big shift. Pluto moved into Aquarius November 19th. So we are in our first full month of literally the very brand new energy. And this is a huge, every time Pluto moves, this is going to be a huge change for everybody. So let's kind of see what this first month brings out for you, which look at that, amazing. So we have abundance, wonders, and look at, I was talking about crystals, and a card with the crystal pops out. So that may be a sign, Taurus. And delight. Really, these are like very springy cards, aren't they? It's almost like there's this new blossoming period for you. We have abundance coming in. We have wonders, which I kind of see this wonders card as like new experiences and people that like open up this new curiosity within us. We become curious about new experiences and delighted. It's like things that are new. I feel this like new energy for you, Taurus, and it's like it's bringing up playfulness and delight, and just like you're almost like, oh, I like this new place, and I'm connecting with new people that really like fill me in a new way that I've never been before. There's new kind of, I'm feeling like inspiration too within you to like try new things and like make some changes in your life that are more aligned again with maybe your peace, or things that are just more playful and light. It could, like the stress of the past, you're like, okay, like I'm done being in that kind of environment all the time and surrounding myself maybe with people that always create drama and stress for me, or it just could be a job. Even just the location you're at could just be heavy and you need to change. So let's take a look and see what else comes out. So I got my Christmas cards. I love them. They're from Serious Tarot Co. on Etsy if you're interested to take a look. 10 of Pentacles. So there's the abundance coming in. So that's unfolding for you. We have the 8 of Pentacles. So I feel like this is in regards to work. So definitely there's a period of, you know, we're getting to the end of the year, which people are going through their end of year process or potentially bonuses. I do feel like you're going to get compensated. Five of Pentacles, because this could indicate a period that you've been through that maybe you've had some difficulties with money or a lack thereof. That just indicates too just a challenging period. Like, I see the Five of Pentacles as just like when you're in a period of your life and you're just like, nothing feels good. Like, I do not feel good where I'm at. I don't feel good in my job. Like, my relationship is in the tanker. Like, that's that Five of Pentacles energy. And with the Eight of Pentacles, I do feel like you've been trying to work through it. And like you're working through, that could be even doing internal work to help you overcome and kind of get yourself out of this period of time. So the Page of Swords, the Three of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and then the Nine of Cups. So yeah, you've definitely been feeling stuck. This could be just stuck again in certain situations. This could be a lot of mental stuckness, like you're stuck in your head, like you keep trying to think your way out of things or like solution, and it's like you're adding that too much of that logic or that mental place in trying to get yourself unstuck, where a lot of getting yourself out of the swords is actually like more surrendering. If you allow yourself to surrender and just listen intuitively, that's where all of a sudden you get these aha moments of like, oh, that's where like in this, the normal Rider-Waite card of the Eight of Swords, there's actually an opening. And she could walk just right out of her kind of prison of swords, but she has a blindfold on. So something is really, there's a perception issue here too, I feel. And you could also, for some of you, this could be around too high of expectations for your life or for yourself. And that also keeps you stuck. But there's this level of needing to be more curious again. Curious about life and curious about what's going on. Curious about why, you know, kind of learning the lessons of why we got stuck, and then like gaining more, it's almost like you need more information to move forward. So right now, the Three of Wands and the Eight of Swords is a very like, there's no, you haven't made movement, right? You're like kind of staying where you're at. The Three of Wands is kind of that wait and see energy. I'm going to just wait and see. And maybe there's a reason, like, I feel like potentially you need more information first about something. And that could be like, I need more information before I figure out if I can move or to leave this relationship or to get a new job. And maybe you're waiting because of, for example, bonuses are coming. So it's like you're waiting to get that bonus before you make some big decision. But you are moving something that you, Nine of Cups. So this is something you've really wanted. Like you're going to get what you want. So something about like getting a wish fulfilled, or just getting what you want is kind of at the end of this. So that's really nice. And definitely this seems to be around abundance. So a lot to do with money. Seems to be more around work. But let's keep going. Eight of Cups. Page of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. So this to me is like you've kind of, this is an indication of you've stayed in something, but you're like ready. Like you're just like, I'm ready. I've been ready to leave this job. Like I'm kind of, it doesn't do anything for me anymore. You've been ready to leave a relationship or move, but you've kind of haven't done anything yet but you're finally at a place with this Page of Pentacles of you've kind of learned the lesson, or you've got the teachings and wisdom from that situation that you needed to gain. And it's almost like you finally realize that. And the Nine of Wands is like, it's definitely gotten to a point where it's been challenging, and it's definitely been more challenging than not. So it's almost like you're kind of like over it. You're just like, I don't want to put any more time and effort into this. But with the Nine of Wands too, it's saying you're right there. Okay, you're right on the edge of this finally, from like a karmic, spiritual energy standpoint. Like you're finally reaching the culmination of like why you had to be in that, and that kind of closing up, and you kind of moving on to a new chapter in your life. So that's good and bad. I mean, that's bittersweet, but I do think, you know, you are ready for this shift. Ace of Swords. So yes, this is you finally getting your clarity and the truth. And again, you've been waiting something out, but it's like all of a sudden you're like, yep, it's time. There's the judgment. So it's like finally the crossroads, like something happens that you're finally like, okay, it's time for me to make a decision, or for me to kind of change my direction and go down a new path. And then you have the Death card. So that's, yes, an ending, major transformation, major change. This has been the theme for all signs, which is obvious with the whole Pluto change, because with that change, it's also manifesting in our lives, in the collective, as things have to change. Okay, we cannot stay in the old any longer. And especially if the old is too stuffy or too, again, traditional. And it's like, we need to expand. Like Aquarian energy is very expansive. It's very innovative. It's like, hey, like we need to be in 2025 now. Like we can't be stuck in whatever, 1960 or 1940 or even earlier. It's like, we need to get with the times. And a lot of people are still stuck, whether it's their beliefs, their view on life, what's right and wrong, right? Or following structures or following rules. Or, hey, one example, like from a collective level, is like, hey, we've always listened to what the government said, and it was fact and it was truth. And no matter what the government told us, it was always the truth. And like, the government would never lie to us. And I think we're going through a revolution right now in regards to especially structures, government, organizations, where we're realizing like, hey, like they might not have our highest good in mind in what they're doing. Okay, that's not their forefront. So instead of staying stuck to just listening to what other people tell me is true, I'm aligning with my truth now. And I'm intuitively listening to my soul, and my soul's going to guide me to my truth. And my soul is going to guide me to the situations and the people and the jobs or whatever it is, the work that aligns with me in 2025, me in this new Aquarian energy. And this is what's going to expand your life in new ways, that is just going to open up new wonders, abundance, delight. So the cards may seem a little scary, but ultimately look at what the main foundation is. It's about aligning you to things that are going to bring in new amazing things. So we have the Lovers, the World. So look at all these major arcana cards coming out at the end here. Emperor. Whoa. Yes. So half of your reading is major arcana. Okay. And then the beginning here, we have the minor. So it's almost like you're stuck in this, in the little leagues here. You're stuck in the little details. You're stuck in the old, like this is good stuff, but it's just, again, it's not, your soul knows, like you're just at a place where I think a lot of us, I'm hearing that from a lot of people, like you're kind of in a place in your life where you're just like, I just don't feel good in where I'm at. Like I just feel heavy. I don't feel good. I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel happy. I don't feel like passion. It just feels really mundane. And look at this. This is the huge energy coming in to blow that up. And I know, again, that might sound a little intimidating, but it's like it's shifting you, and it's trying to get you to go to this new place, because there's endings and new beginnings here. There's major transformation, and like this is like a new leveling up for you. Like the Emperor is the highest level of the divine masculines in the deck. I mean, the Emperor really encompasses all of the kings. So this could be you really leveling up to a new level of leadership, or people listening to you or following you. I mean, this could be you taking a new job where maybe you're starting your own company or starting your own work. But definitely this is something that you're leveling up from a new money standpoint and abundance. And this could also be relational. Like in the Lovers card, you know, the Lovers is about making a decision, but it can also reference like the union of two people, like the divine feminine and masculine. So there's that harmony coming in potentially with a new relationship. So there's a lot of things, amazing things coming here. It's just like right in the middle is the Judgment card. So it's kind of like all of a sudden you're on this path of your life, but then all of a sudden another path appears. And you kind of are at a crossroads. Like, well, do I continue down the path that I've always been? Or do I go down the new path? And you got to listen to your intuition. But from the cards, it's like it's saying there's a new path for you. So you should go down the new path because it's going to be easier. Things are just going to flow in a lot easier for you. And there's just a lot to do with abundance. So Taurus, you have a big theme here of abundance coming in, which I love. I just want to get one for the Emperor here. What's this Emperor about? 10 of Wands. Yeah, there's that, again, the closing of the chapter. So I told you, you're at the 9 of Wands currently, I feel, or you've been at the 9 of Wands. And to level up to the 10, it means like this is the completion. Like you're finally completing this journey of the path you were on, and like there's a new path here. And you're finally seeing it. Like it finally is clear. It manifests. Like it's not like you're like, well, I'm waiting for this path to open up. Like I feel like in December, things finally kind of, you hear the calling of this new path in your new soul. Because this to me is kind of leading you into 2025, into the new you, the new chapter, and a shift, especially if you've been feeling like money's been not flowing for you, and there's been a lot of things that happen that have just continuously been like sucking you dry in the money department. That's going to change too. So this is, you know, when I do readings, you know, I'm almost talking about really, you know, looking at it like from each of you perspective, right? I'm not just reading one person, but I'm collectively looking at the energy and the messages that really need to go out to the most of you out there that are going to resonate. But when we think of a collective level, I mean, this is what's happening. It's like, Pluto has forged the new path, and that's Aquarian, and the old path is closing up. And we can't choose to stay on the old path anymore. And that's really what's happening, is the old path is closing, and we have towers coming in. We have the death card that's coming in. Like these are major trends in the world about, hey, that's ending. And like the people who want to stay and hold on to the old are going to struggle more. And that's the point of like this tarot, is to give you a method and a tool to kind of give you some guidance and perspective on that realm, because a lot of people are so unconscious that they're experiencing all these challenges and they don't know why. And that's where we can look from a higher perspective and see all these different parts that are at play, whether it's the astrology, the planetary alignments, again, the collective energetic influence, and our karma and things like that, and our fates that all play into where we're at right now and what's going to happen next and what decisions we're going to make and what that path is going to look like. So this is really exciting. And this looks really great for you, Taurus. So it almost in my head, I'm hearing just surrender. Like, allow yourself, allow the universe to take you where you need to go, and just don't fight it. And just whatever comes in any moment that's like asking you to make a change, trust it, because it's meant to be. All right, Taurus. Well, you guys have a great December, a great holiday season, however you celebrate. And I will see you in the next reading. And the next Taurus reading, we will be in the new year. So I'll see you next year in the first 2025 reading. But also take a look at the weekly readings, because that's going to give you kind of, again, a window into the weekly energies as we move through December. So talk to you all later, Taurus.